Whether you manage projects and programs, are involved with them, or are impacted by projects and programs, we hope this series is of help to you. Using pragmatics and practicalities with shared expertise, activities which are often just assumed, but whose absence impacts the delivery of projects, are addressed. Time is also taken to consider areas of projects whose importance and significance are often overlooked or underestimated. The theme for this session is about getting the best from project methodologies. In essence, an one-size-fits-all approach seldom works, and project delivery is about mixing and matching what is best pragmatically and practically. Please note that this session is made on request by close friends who look at the debate about methodologies and frameworks, seeking to know what is best. Please stay, but the answer is simple. Our one-size-fits-all approach seldom works. Rather, it is about pragmatically and practically using what works for the size, duration, type, and complexity of project. The outcomes only being as good as the people using the frameworks. In a series on project and program management, frameworks and methodologies are, unfortunately, an inevitable thing. Simply, people have views on frameworks and their use. We need to work with this and have people comfortable. Therefore, to get the best from people, pragmatic and practical skilling and training on frameworks, not just their use, but on their application, is required. In a nutshell, both Agile purists and Waterfall or SDLC standard development lifecycle purists espouse one approach over the other, with almost one lot being as bad as the other. Both sets of purists seem to miss that the purpose of frameworks is to deliver the outcomes, be more concerned about a framework rather than it being a means to an end only. Divert a lot of time and effort into an academic conversation around which is best. Go to effort to point out gaps in knowledge where other views are held. Overlook that a framework is only as good as those that use it and who can get others to work with it. In addition, there is seldom a one-size-fits-all approach to all projects and programs and the use of frameworks. Even where organizations have frameworks, the pragmatic and practical adoption varies, and a mixed approach can occur even within a project. Software may be built using Agile, but another project area like data migration may require details sooner than is addressed within Agile processes. The lead time for a regulator seldom aligns with the 10 days of typical sprints. Our business may use a front door process to manage the extent of change a business undergoes, requiring set lead times with reduced flexibility to that expected of Agile. Some of the common issues seen within projects are shown, and according to the type of project, the issues impact both Agile and SDLC, often throughout the project life cycle. Some ironies of Agile include the more Agile you want to be, the more structure you need and the greater the need to plan ahead. Greater agility requires that more infrastructure be implemented in advance. The example of lead times for access to business resources or creation of test data are examples impacting the development cycle. Agile is often sold as being about flexibility, yet when tasked with changing the Agile approach to accommodate factors like business lead times, the flexibility can be missing. Being Agile is used as an excuse to not think through and structure accordingly. Some of the ironies of SDLC include SDLC was intended as a structured approach based on thinking things through to head off issues while proceeding where practical and pragmatic, i.e. to be agile. SDLC practitioners telling people of the superiority of their approach and assuming audience knowledge, like some of the agile purists. SDLC was meant to be about a level of documentation commensurate with the needs of the project, i.e. document light where needed, just like Agile. SDLC was always meant to operate on a risk-based approach, which is the essence of being Agile. The irony of both SDLC and Agile is that neither were intended as a one-size-fits-all approach. Both are about pragmatic delivery, often staged and incremental, adjusting to the needs of the project, yet both have shortcomings in this regard. Both SDLC and Agile have gaps in the frameworks, especially as projects become more complex, larger, and have more legal and regulatory considerations, and have increased vendor dependency. Both Agile and SDLC rely upon other frameworks like ADCAR for change, or BABOK for requirements, or procurement frameworks, or testing frameworks for support. Practitioners in both frameworks use the respective frameworks for or against a respective advantage as an excuse when underperformance occurs or to deflect issues. Both have been applied to areas outside of what they were designed for and have been twisted in their use by people. The point is this: both Agile and SDLC have a role to play. Both have shared common principles and practices. Both are only as good as the people that use them. Varying with size, duration, complexity of project is the variation in what is the best approach for delivery. As projects become more complex, the level of project rigor increases. A one-size-fits-all approach seldom delivers. Thank you for your time, and may your investment be returned. Please share with others. Feel free to subscribe and add your comments. Here's to success in your projects and programs.